Good evening and welcome to Freestyle Fitness Yoga. This is week 11. So you've only got a couple more weeks of this program left. So we're starting on the floor, starting cross legs, shoulders back and down, chin tucked in. We're just bringing ourselves to the mat. We're trying to get rid of everything that's gone on through the day, any problems that we've had. We just want to get them out of the way. So we're just going to use our arms, we're going to breathe in, lift it up. And as we breathe out, breathing out, pulling that belly in, bringing the shoulders down, pulling the body in. Breathing in good vibes and what we want to accomplish, and breathe. This is our last one in and last one out. And then just bring the breathing back to normal. So you need to change them legs. So just remembering that this class is for people that are fit and able to do it, nobody with high blood pressure, diabetes, joint problems. Make sure that if you feel sick at any time that you stop. If you get hot really quickly, you stop. And if something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't, so don't do it. So we're going to start with our neck exercises. And as I said last week, with this class, I'm going to start to quieten down a bit. I want you to think more about you rather than what I'm saying. So we should be kind of getting fluidy a bit more. We know what we're doing with this class. So again, I don't need to talk as much. We'll say that. We'll see how long that happens. But I want you just to think more about what's happening with you. So if you get something wrong, if you put your foot in the wrong place, it doesn't matter. If it's too much and you want to stop, then you stop. You don't worry about what I'm doing. I want it to be all about you. So we're going to start with our neck stretches. Here we go. Let's take it side to side. And over the shoulder. And then we're changing legs. And let's do our back cross. Changing the legs. And let's bring that front leg round. 4 cat's cows, then into extension on each side. Here we go. This next one we start with our extensions. And let's take it into our shoulder sweeps. Reaching the arm, breathe out. Our last one. And our last one on this side. So let's take it into that leg. Taking it out, place it down. Reach the hands forward. Let the bottom drop back. Bringing the chest down to the floor. Keeping the elbows lifted, keeping the knee lifted. We're coming back up. We're going to take that leg in a rainbow over and push the heel away. Pushing the knee, so you don't want the knee dropping down, you want to push the knee up. If we need to roll to the little toe, we do. We find wherever that stretch feels nicer. Now we're going to curl this leg in and round, and we're letting ourselves sit back. This time our elbows can drop down, our head can drop. So we're coming up. Now we're going to do this a little faster. 3 of these. So we're lifting that leg into a fire hydrant. Kicking it out. Placing it down. Hands walk away, we drop back. We lift up. We bring the leg round, we push away. We pull the leg in, we wrap it, we sit back. Two more. We might get rain. Last one for this side. And we're bringing it up. I'm turning the other way. Oh, I just bang. So we're going to do the other side. We're holding it the first time for about 3 breaths, and then we're going to move quickly through it. So here we go. Breathe in, lift and reach back. Here we go. Remember, it makes no difference if you make a mistake. This is our last one. Okay, so from here, we're bending the knees, we're starting our flow. So I'm just going to go through it, I'm not talking, we're just going to see what we can do, what we can remember. Here we go. Remember, I just make these up anyway. So if you put something else in, you forget something, just think, ooh, I'm being creative. I've created my own flow. Our last ones. Oh, the thunder's come for us. And then from here, we're pushing back. Good job. Let the arms come down. Let the head relax. Hi, Savannah. So, bringing yourself back round. We're going to take ourselves into a squat. So we're going to bring ourselves up to standing. So we bring our hands in front, tuck our toes, and again, try and get our feet between our hands to bring ourselves up. Let's keep it nice and strong. This is our freestyle fitness. So, we're going to take our feet a little bit wider than our hips, starting with the toes pointing in. But then we're going to lift our arms up, and as we breathe out, we're going to reach forward, bringing our hands to the floor or to a block, wherever's easier for you. From here, you're turning your toes out to the side, and then you're letting your bum drop down. You're just letting the bum drop. We're not going anywhere yet. You can move side to side. And this is just to try and get the hips a little bit flexible. And letting the knees know we're going to do something soon. So from here, we're going to straighten the legs, bring the toes back to centre. Let our head drop down, give our shoulders a little rock, give our head a little swish, and then we're going to lift the head up, look forward, bend the knees and bring us up. So that's kind of how we come out of it. We turn our toes back in and we let ourselves drop down, have a little whoosh, and then bring ourselves up. So we're going to take it more into the squat. So let's bring the arms up, breathe in, and breathing out, reaching the arms forward, all the way down to the floor. Looking forward, turn them toes out to the side. Let the bottom drop. Now we're going to bring the elbows towards the knee and let ourselves drop down. If we need to move them feet in, we can. We're pushing the hands together, pushing into the knees. We can move side to side. And then we're going to bring ourselves out. So we're placing them hands down. We're turning the toes back to face forward. We're letting the body drop. We're letting our shoulders have a little move. Our head have a little move. We're going to look forward again. We're bending the knees. We're lifting ourselves back up. Here we go, one more time. All the arms all the way up. Breathe out, reaching forward. Looking forward. Turn the toes out. Let the bottom drop. Bring the elbows in. Move them feet in if you feel you need to. Let the body come down. Move if you want, don't if you don't want to. If you want to keep your hands down, you can as well. You don't have to lift the arms up if you feel that your body can't take it. Do whatever feels better for you. Then we're going to bring ourselves up. Let the body drop. The head shake. Looking forward. Bend the knees. Lift up. Reach the hands backwards. Reach the body backwards. Push the hips forward to give your body a nice little stretch. And then bring yourself back down. So from here, let's bring ourselves down to the floor. So we roll ourselves down. And then from there, jump the knees back. Sit ourselves down. We're going to work on our wrists. So we're bringing our hands to the floor, stretching our fingers out. And we're just going to move forwards and backwards over the hands. So bringing the weight right over the top and then back. Now make sure that with the hands you're pushing with the fingertips and you're kind of making an arch in the hands. So it's not the middle part of the hand shouldn't be flat down on the floor. It should be the fingers pushing. And it should feel as if there's a hollow underneath each finger. There's a hollow underneath the palm of the hand. So now we're going to go lean over the hand, but we're going to go side to side. So we've brought that weight right onto the hands. And then we're going to peel them back off. We're going to take them back down, but we're going to change the direction. So we're coming up, but we're turning the fingers out to the side. And again, we're pushing down with them fingers, and again, we're leaning forwards and backwards. And again, lean over and go side to side. So as well as working the wrist, you'll also feel it into the elbows and into the shoulders as well. And again, we're going to bring it to centre. We're going to peel them off. And we're going to do one more. We're coming up, we're turning the fingers in towards each other. Again, pushing down with them fingers, trying to make that arch and move forwards and backwards. You'll feel the different ligaments, the different muscles through the arms working in the different directions you turn them. Again, you should feel this also into the shoulders as well. And then we're bringing it back to centre and we're going side to side. Again, it's just making sure that the hand knows we are going to be doing something with it in a minute. And then bringing it back, take it off, bring your hands together and just give them a circle. And then circle them the other way. And then just roll them if you want to, you can kind of do that. And then the other way. Just to kind of release all the ligaments through the wrists and the arms. Now we're taking it into a plank. With plank, it's more about keeping your core strength nice and tight rather than having your knees off the floor. So if you want to keep your knees down, you can do. We're going to see if we can move as well by touching our shoulders to make it a little bit harder. Okay? But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. So we're bringing ourselves onto our hands. We're bringing them fingers apart. We're trying to make that bridge again. We're bringing our shoulders so our hands are over them wrists. We're squeezing the stomach muscles, squeezing the abdominals, taking away one foot first. I'm going to move up, otherwise I'll tend to lose my foot off the mat. So we're lifting one, and then we're taking the other. Now we don't want our bum in the air, but we also don't want our bum hanging down here somewhere. We want to be sort of in between. We're looking towards the floor. We're pulling the shoulders back. If anything, we're trying to roll the hands round to the front. So we're holding it here, breathing. And then we're going to drop the knees and come back. So remember, don't wait for me. I'm doing 10 breaths, but you know my counting is rubbish. So if I start thinking about something else, then I'll think, oh, what was I on? 8. I was probably on 11. So this time we're going to see if we can tap our shoulders, and we're going to do 5 on each side. So holding it for 10 times, okay? So again, if you want, you can always do it one-legged as well. You can always change the legs halfway through. You can keep the knees down if you need to. So here we go. We're putting everything up. We're pulling everything up. We're starting and we're like lifting and we're tapping the shoulder, bringing it down. Tapping the shoulder, bringing it down. But trying to keep our body in line. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. If you want to push into child, push the child, turn them palms over, let the head relax. And then we're going to bring ourselves back up. So we're going to go into down dog. We'll hold it here for a couple of breaths. And then the second time we'll move. We'll do again a crunch from the bottom. So we've done our arms. Now then we'll do our legs. So tuck in your toes. Lift yourself to down dog. Pushing the heels towards the floor. Pushing with the hands. Pushing the chest towards the thighs. Roll the shoulders blades towards each other. If you want, you can walk one foot at a time to try and get them heels down to the floor. And then bringing it down. Then if you want to, you can always roll back to child. You can always turn them hands. Always give that head a little relax. So with this one, we're going to do a crunch. So we're going to move the legs. We're bringing our hands over. Remember, you can always watch if you want first. From here, we're going to bring the leg in and round and then up. And then change, 5 on this side, then 5 on the other. So we're going to try and bring it towards our knees, our elbows on both sides. Okay? 5 on one side, 5 on the other. So when we're ready, get ourselves into the position, feet pushing down. We're lifting the one knee up in the air. We're coming forward, we're bringing it towards one elbow, then the other elbow, back up. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's change sides. So lifting it, bringing it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bring it down again. Have that rest if you need to. And then bring yourself back up. So we're going to roll over onto our back and we're going to do a crow crunch. So an upside down crow. We're going to finish with crow tonight, if my legs allow me to. So you're lying on your back, you're having your feet up in the air and your hands are pushing up. Then you're going to try and lift your bum and try and get your knees as close to your shoulder as possible. Anywhere along this area here, that's where they need to be. So we're going to do 10 and then we'll have a rest and then we'll do 10 more. Every breath out, you're lifting your bum. So here we go. Breathe out and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. So you see all this is working your stomach muscles. Crow is to do with arms and stomach. So it's all of these things together. So let's do another 10. So bring them hands up. Imagine pushing the ceiling. Bring the knees up. Here we go. Breathing out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Bring yourself back down. Lovely. So the next one is baby crow, which they say is easier than crow. I don't think so. I think it's actually harder, but it's safer. And it kind of lets you know whether you can kind of get into crow. So with this, you're having your hands on the floor. You're then bringing your elbows down and you're trying to coming up onto your toes. You're bringing the elbows down and then you're trying to bring your knees in as close as you can, head down, and trying to lift one foot and both feet. Like I said, I find this a lot harder than actual crow. I find crow easier. So you're bringing yourself up, placing your hands down, knees on the outside. You're bringing the elbows towards the floor. Squeeze the legs in. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Head down. And bringing them up. I'm sliding because my legs are soaking. My arms are soaking. Grab a towel. A wet one. My arms are wet. So let's try that again with less wet arms. So hands down, knees down, squeeze and lift the toes. Don't worry about it. At least, like I said, because where it is, you're closer to the floor, so you're not going to go very far. I think crow is actually a lot easier, but you have to be a bit more careful with it. So if you've got extra cushions, a pillow, anything, it's just so that if your face does go down, it won't hurt too much. But it shouldn't be too bad. Your arms are normally the bit that'll tell you whether you can do it or not. So with crow, you're bringing your hands to the floor and then you're squeezing your elbows against your knees and your knees against your elbows. And then you're leaning forward. And that may be all you'll do because your knee will slide down off the elbow if it's too much. So as soon as you go forward, if it's not going to work, the knee will come down off the elbow. So that's all I want you to do is just to go forward and go forward, squeezing them legs together. Should have worn my trousers. Just remember to do that with this. And then once you're feeling that the legs are staying, so as long as the legs don't start to slide down, then you can start to lift the toes, but they have to stay there. So you're holding it and then you're lifting one toe and one toe. And again, if it's going to, it'll stay there. If it's not, as soon as you lift the toe, the leg will come off the knee. So again, you're knowing all the time before you actually lift whether this can work. Like I said, I find it easier to do it this way because the body will just kind of push against it. Today though, I am really sweaty and wet. I'm going to try and do it. You may see me face plant. So it could be quite funny. Now, the higher you can get it up the arms, the better it is. You're squeezing, 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 lifting the toes. And again, it's all to do with strength of the stomach and strength of the arms as well. But majority, if you've done like things where we've done the plank and we've done down dog, all of them are strength. So the majority of the time is to do with the grip on the leg. And like I said, sometimes if you're a bit slippy, that won't help. Or if you've got oils or creams on your legs and arms, that also doesn't help because it slides against each other. But this way, it's always a good way of knowing. It's majority fear. Fear is the thing that puts a lot of people off. So if you start thinking about, put loads of pillows there, that if you do fall, then it's not going to hurt. You can do it all on your own. You don't have to be with anybody, but have a go. If you fall, laugh, because it's going to be funny. And laughing is better for you anyway. It gets rid of that ego. So always have a go, but make sure you're safe, just so that you don't hurt your knee or hurt your mouth and knock a tooth out. That's the main reason for pillows. But falling is always good because it teaches us how to balance. Our body starts going, okay, I fell that time, but I'll understand where I went wrong, so I'll be better the next time. So never worry about falling. Falling is always good. So let us bring ourselves into a bit of a stretch to relax us back out. So we lie ourselves down. We're going to bring our one leg up, taking the hand out, and bring that leg across the body, but keeping the shoulder on the floor. So if it's your right leg, goes across the body, the right shoulder stays on the floor. Use the left hand to give a bit of a pull, and you'll feel that right through the lower back. It's quite nice. And then we're going to bring it back to centre. And we're going to change sides. So bringing the leg down, the other hand out in line with the shoulder, lift the knee up, bring it across the body. It doesn't matter if it doesn't go down to the floor, as long as the shoulder doesn't lift. Turn and look at this hand if you want. But keep just trying to pull that leg over. As you do, you'll feel it through the lower back and kind of a diagonal stretch up to the back of the shoulder blades. maybe even into that neck. And we're bringing it back to center. And let's do one more on each side, sorry. Should be a little bit easier the second time. The body knows what it's going to do. And bringing it back. Let's change sides, last one. And bring it back to center. So taking the legs, either bend the knees and bring them together, or taking them straight into corpse. Placing your hands on the bottom of your belly, so you want to have them just resting on your belly. Now we want to do abdominal breathing, so I don't want you to feel that your upper chest or your top of the body lungs are working. I just want you to feel it into the lower part, so lower abdominal breathing. Tucking the chin, breathing out. See if you can pull in your pelvic floor, but not your abdominals, just your pelvic floor. And then just breathing in to the lower stomach. But also into the sides of the stomach. And into the back. Closing the eyes and just feeling that breath through the lower body. If you gently cross your hands as you breathe in, you should feel them slightly open. And as you breathe out, they should feel as if they want to come back together again. Stay nice and relaxed. Start to feel that movement through the toes and into the knees, into the hips, and the back of the chest, the fingers and the wrists, the elbows and the shoulders, the neck and the head. Take your arms above your head and breathe in. And as you breathe out, let the body relax. Big breath in, stretching one arm, and then the other. And again, when you're ready, breathe out. Pull the knees up towards the chest and roll them round in a circle. And then in the opposite direction. And then we're going to bring ourselves over onto our side. And let's stay here just for a second. And then when you're ready, bring yourself up to seated. So thank you for joining me. I'm just going to turn the computer off. Hiya V. Hiya Savannah. Oh, I'm going to lose you too. So bye bye, take care. And I'll see you tomorrow morning for chair yoga at 10 a.m. and then our normal one later on.